Colorado is always prone to wildfires, as all too well we know this year. This summer was particularly worse than others, obviously. How would you improve the wildfire prevention system of our state and our country? And we'll start with you, Representative.
Thank you. You know, in Washington, you get to see a lot of politics. And some try to make political hay out of it. That should not be the case when we're looking at lives lost, property lost, and something that we all value and love lost, our forests here in Colorado. I've just introduced legislation that just cleared the full Natural Resources Committee with bipartisan support, and we're looking for a full House vote before the end of this year, called the Healthy Forest Management Act and Wildfire Act of 2012. To be able to actually get power back to our state, to be able to make some of those determinations. Working with John Hickenlooper, our governor, our county commissioners, right here in Alamosa County, Rio Grande County, all of the counties in the state of Colorado, to be able to identify imminent threat from the bark beetle devastation. For those of us that have driven through this state, we continue to see that devastation. Standing dead timber, down dead timber. And we're seeing how that is now, once it catches fire, actually sterilizing the soil, polluting our water sources in this state, and destroying pristine environment. You know, I toured a biodiesel facility just not long ago where they'd gone in and treated an area. Working and standing with the forest ranger, he said, "You are now looking at a healthy forest." He said the fires that we are experiencing are the result of 100 years of bad management on the Forest Service's part. My legislation will allow us to be able to get in to address those high-risk areas, working with our governors and our county commissioners throughout our state, to be able to identify that, to be able to actually address the problem and get the politics out of the way.
One thing that Congress could have done last week is pass the Farm Bill, which included bark beetle mitigation in it. It didn't happen. It didn't happen because Washington is broken. Too many 10-second sound bites. Too many folks trying to score political points, trying to make the other side look bad instead of actually working together. So if I were your congressman, I would have not voted to come home on recess for 5 weeks until we passed the Farm Bill, not to mention the drought mitigation and all the important provisions in there for the potato community. But Congressman Tipton is right. We have to have a balanced approach. We have to work with the local communities. We have to make sure that stakeholders like county commissioners, states, come to the table, help identify some of the worst areas. We have to cut the red tape and make it easier to cut some of those dead trees that are just waiting to burn. But it takes all the stakeholders coming to the table. It takes a balanced approach. It takes getting politics like we had it today out of Washington.
Well, I appreciate that, Mr. Pace. I'll take that as a glowing endorsement of my bill. You know, Mr. Pace just said we needed to see bipartisanship out of the Ag Committee. We didn't need a congressman who was voting to come home on recess. If you believe that too, you've got it. I voted with a bipartisan group out of the Ag Committee, Democrats and Republicans, to be able to push that bill forward. We couldn't, and we were frustrated. I visited with Chairman Lucas, Ranking Member Peterson, in order to continue to push, and we just signed a letter to that effect, to push our leadership in the House to bring this bill to a vote. It is literally that important. And just so you know, Mr. Pace, the House is not in recess. We voted it down.
Congressman Tipton, with all due respect, you're in the majority party. I understand your Speaker of the House will be in Colorado next week for a campaign event with you. Perhaps you can ask him to call everyone back in Washington since you're not in recess and we can vote on the Farm Bill.
you, Chairman, and thank you, audience. We're now going to take a 10-minute intermission. Thanks.
Just to inform everybody, like I said before, we have refreshments out in the lobby. We have tea, water, cookies, and some other snacks. Please feel free to help yourselves. And 15-minute intermission.